In the NBA, there are a certain group of players that if they're taken out of the lineup due to things like injury, trades, or them leaving for greener pastures, you'd absolutely notice that they're gone, because the impact that they left behind is incredibly noticeable. For the Portland Trailblazers, that player is none other than CJ McCollum, who has been injured as of late, and the Trailblazers are suffering as a result. But just because he's injured now doesn't mean he won't come back, nor that his career up to this point hasn't been impressive. Allow us to show you the life and net worth of CJ McCollum. 6. High school. McCollum played high school basketball for the Golden Eagles at Glen Oak High School in his native city of Canton, Ohio. As a freshman in 2005, he was considerably undersized, standing at only 5 feet and 2 inches. Yet, undiscouraged, he played varsity for the Golden Eagles, relying on his athleticism. CJ would eventually benefit from a late growth spurt, gaining 5 inches by his second year and another 4 inches by his third year of high school. It proved enough to put him on the radar for college recruitment. In his very first game as a junior, McCollum came away with 54 points to set both school and Stark County records. Throughout his high school career, McCollum worked at refining his shooting stroke. The successful effort was reflected in the 29.3 points per game he averaged during his senior season. By graduation, McCollum had become the leading scorer in Golden Eagles history with 1,405 career points and was named Gatorade Ohio Player of the Year for his final campaign, the 2008-09 season. Impressive. Most impressive. 5. College. McCollum played at the private research school, Lehigh University, for 4 seasons. Listed at 6'3" and not above 165 pounds as a freshman in 2009-10, he made an immediate impact for the Mountain Hawks. He played in 33 games, starting in 31, and averaged 19.1 points and 5 rebounds per game, while shooting 45.9% from the field. He was the leading freshman scorer in the nation and the first player in Patriot League history to be named Conference Player and Rookie of the Year. Also, he was an Associated Press Honorable Mention All-American. McCollum led the Mountain Hawks to the 2010 NCAA tournament, where he put up 26 points in a first-round loss to a top-seeded Kansas team. Over his 4 collegiate years, McCollum grew into his body by degrees and weight-trained with the same regularity, having the result that he added 30 pounds of muscle. Even though he was already considered virtually destined to be a top NBA draft pick by his 3rd year, he decided to finish his final year of college instead of leaving sooner for the NBA. A consummate student of journalism, McCollum penned an article for Sporting News explaining why he opted to continue on with his education. That's not something you hear every year. Most NBA hopefuls go to the league as soon as possible, but not McCollum. 4. Portland Trailblazers. After entering the draft, McCollum was picked 10th overall in the 2013 NBA draft by the Portland Trailblazers, and he was immediately a star, right? Wrong. While he has spurts of what he would become, the Trailblazers didn't play him that much. Not until his 3rd year, when a bunch of starters left the team and he was the one remaining alongside Damian Lillard, which of course would become a devastating 1-2 punch for the team. By the next year, he got a big contract extension, played in every game during the season, and kept making his mark by averaging over 25 points per game, even helping the Trailblazers get to the playoffs and win a series before losing to the Golden State Warriors. In the seasons that followed, the Trailblazers could count on McCollum to perform, and he absolutely did. He would shoot, rebound, make assists. He made things happen alongside his teammates. And that's why, when it came to this season, his injury was a huge loss for the team, who's hovering around .500 right now. 3. Discussing his injury and future. After a particular game that his team played, CJ McCollum discussed returning to the lineup for the first time since suffering a collapsed lung on December 4th, not knowing if he'd ever be able to play again, how he feels physically after sitting out for 6 weeks, the injury giving him time to spend with his wife during the 3rd trimester of her pregnancy, welcoming their first child, Jacoby James, into the world, how being a father has changed his perspective, and the difficulty of leaving behind his wife and newborn in order to join the Trailblazers in the middle of their longest road trip of the season. In regards to being back on the court again after his devastating injury, he noted, "It felt good. It felt really good to be able to play the game I love again with my teammates, go through a pre-game routine. It's been a while. I haven't played 5 since December 4th. So that was my first, a little rusty, couple turnovers, stuff like that, but I felt good. I worked on my game, credit the staff, with my guys spending extra time before practice or after practice, players, staff, video guys, everybody making sure I'm in shape, Todd, Forcier, Lady Jess, Cohen, everyone just kind of making sure that I'll be ready to go when I came back, so I'm appreciative and thankful of that. He also admitted that the hardest part wasn't the injury, it was the not playing, even if it did have an unexpected benefit. Not playing, it was tough, man, hard to watch. I would generally watch most of the games with my wife and our dog, and then my mother-in-law would come to town, my mom would come to town. We would watch and it was hard, but I'm thankful I had that time with my family. I'm thankful I could be with my wife throughout her entire pregnancy, essentially. The last month, through that third trimester, all the appointments I was able to go to. Obviously, able to be there for the birth and being able to have a healthy, clean birth with no COVID. When we had that team outbreak, obviously I was worried because it was down the stretch for me, but it was tough to watch because they're having fun, they're competing, and as a competitor, you want to be a part of that. It's no fun. It's never fun watching. 2. Career almost over. CJ also admitted that when it came to his injury, he felt that this might have been the end to his career. You hear collapsed lung, you think the worst. So first I'm thinking, am I going to be okay? And then 2, I'm thinking, am I not going to be able to hoop again? Is this it? 9 years in, like, do I gotta walk away? I always put my health first and my family first. I got to talking to doctors, pulmonologists, and speaking to specialists, and they're like, this is common. This happens a lot. These are things you have to do. But I was operating as if I had bruised ribs for a little bit, and then I found out on the scan that I actually had a collapsed lung, and it was just hard to breathe, hard to lay down on the right side, moving the arm and stuff, but then it progressively got better. I did some breathing treatments, some breathing exercises. I think the hardest part was 7 days of nothing. I couldn't hoop, I couldn't lift, I couldn't run, so I'm just watching Netflix. I'm watching Boardwalk Empire, going on dog walks with my wife. She's trying to walk the baby off. So we were just doing stuff, and then I was just asking, when can I get on the treadmill or something? I don't want to take all this time not moving, but also trying to do what I can to make sure my lung is good. Once I was able to pick it up, I started walking up an incline, running, and then shooting free throw, and then slowly transitioning back. 1. Net worth. So what is the net worth of CJ McCollum? That would currently be about $14 million. But to be clear, he's making a lot more than that. His current NBA contract has him making about $30 million, so either way, the man is doing well. The reason that he's not as valuable as other NBA players, though, is likely because of endorsement deals and other aspects. But the man is worth a lot. And should he continue to perform like Portland fans know he can, he's gonna get more money as time goes on. But whether that leads to a title for Portland, like he said he wants, only time will tell. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at CJ McCollum and how his career has gone, as well as the hopes he has of coming back and being able to perform like before? Do you think he'll be able to return and make a big push with his team to get them into the playoffs? Do you think he'll stay in Portland with everything that's going on? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.